You probably recognise those lines. They come from the opening lines of the book, children's book, The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle. It's a very simple and very famous children's story, but it's also a metaphor for our subconscious desire to improve as human beings. The caterpillar progresses, as we'll see in a minute, day by day towards an end which is as yet undefined, and he uses the only means that he can to improve towards what he instinctively knows to be his destiny. We're all here today for a variety of different reasons, but I suspect most of those reasons will include to improve as public speakers, to be better communicators, maybe just to meet some new people, some new friends. And whatever your reasons are, I know that the Very Hungry Caterpillar will help show you the way. He started to look for some food. He was very hungry afterwards. On Monday, he ate through one apple. There he goes. Monday was yesterday. It was the past. It was when you realised that you had a hunger. Deep down, a hunger to improve, a hunger to perhaps take on the Toastmaster journey, to become a better communicator. The caterpillar will show you how to do it. On Tuesday, he ate through 2 pears. There he goes. Tuesday is today, now, this very moment. You're sitting here listening to me, and you think, maybe he's right, maybe I will be shown, maybe this is what I've come along for. Like the caterpillar, you don't really know what perhaps you want to do with this better communication that you've got. Hopefully the caterpillar will show us the way. Wednesday, he ate, go on, eat. He ate through 3 plums. Now plums are sweeter than pears, and there are 3 now rather than 2, so it's a bit more of a commitment. You come along previously, you come along for free and just to experience Toastmasters. But now you have to make on Wednesday, the immediate future, you have to make a commitment. And that commitment is to join your local Toastmasters group, this one being Capital Communicators. And having joined, you're joining an international organisation. There are over 200,000 other Toastmasters in the world, all following that same journey that you are setting off on. They initially, nowadays, all start with just 2 manuals as guides. And those manuals are the Advanced Communicator Manual and the Competent Communicator Manual and the Competent Leader Manual. And with those 2 manuals as a guide, you will progress through a number of speeches and roles. You could also say that those manuals are actually menus for the scrumptious feast that lies ahead of you, since we're talking about food. On Thursday, our very hungry caterpillar, he was hungry, ate through 4 strawberries, and he was still hungry. Thursday is when things start to hot up a bit. That's when you need to volunteer. It's when you need to stick up your hand one week and then come up and take on doing a role. You need to stop just watching and start acting. You need to come up and volunteer for one of the first roles that you take on, the timer, the R-counter, or the grammarian. You need to do this because you need to learn to listen, to learn to pay attention. You need to be able to then stand up and give a report on what you've heard by just patiently sitting and listening. And when you can do that, you're ready to move further on your journey. On Friday, the caterpillar ate through 5 oranges. And he was still hungry. Friday. Thank God for Fridays. Fridays are usually really fantastic, but your first Friday is when you come up here as an evaluator. And in your hastily scribbled notes, you have to stand up front and for 30 seconds maybe initially, after you do table topics, or for 3 minutes if you're doing a speech, or heaven forbid, for 10 minutes, if you're the general evaluator, you can evaluate a whole 2-hour meeting. And you'll take these on and progress through them in stages. You're not going to do more, obviously, in one Friday. Once you can do evaluation, because if you can listen, you can evaluate. It's just a case of standing up, having heard something, and putting across your opinion on it. That's all there is to it. I bet you're all stuffed by now, aren't you? You're gobbling away all week, you're feeling pretty hungry. Well, that was just the weekdays. Now we're on to, or the caterpillar is on to Saturday. And he has to eat his way through, or he did eat his way through, some chocolate cake, some ice cream and gherkin, some Swiss cheese, some salami, a lollipop, some cherry pie, a sausage, a cupcake and a slice of watermelon. And as you can clearly see, Saturday is the best day. But Saturday is also representing here, if you look, there are 10 meals, 10 things to feed that hunger you have to be a better communicator. And they're nicely laid out in an order that you can't immediately see. The first thing there to see is that there are starters. There is a starter, there are savoury courses, there are sweet courses, and there's even the cheese to finish off. At the bottom, a slice of watermelon is actually your icebreaker, a chilled introductory speech about yourself, which everybody can do. It gives you a tantalising taste of the Toastmaster experience and leaves you room to try the savoury dishes. The savoury dishes, of course, making up the bulk of any meal. The savoury dishes being the sausage, the pickle and the salami, which are actually structuring your speech, getting to the point and how you say it. When you know those basics, you can pretty much do any speech. That's the hard work out of the way. Now you're on to the best bit of any meal, the sweet course. And it's a big sweet course. First of all, what I need right now, an ice cream. That's your speech on gestures. And then maybe next, we'll be on to the chocolate cake. That's vocal variety. Then the lollipop. That's quite clearly representing researching your topic. Did you know, for example, that lollipops are made of corn syrup and sucrose? I didn't either. Then visual aids, clearly demonstrated by the cherry pie, as I'm using it as a visual aid. And finally, the ninth thing, the last of the sweet course, is the cupcake. Now, if I was a persuasive speaker, I would actually tell you that that's a muffin, and you'd believe me. And you've still got some space left, I hope, because you've waited for the cheese course, because you're all well brought up. The cheese course, Swiss cheese, to settle your stomach, is the 10th and final speech of the Competent Communicator Manual, the inspiring speech, of which this is an example. This is not an example of a cheesy speech. Well, after a feast like that night, our little caterpillar had a very bad stomachache. And you would have stomachache if you tried rushing that really quickly. So the way not to get stomachache is to approach it slowly. You're not forced in Toastmasters to do all these in a hurry. You can take them at your own speed and work through them, nibble away at them until you get a clean plate and your manuals, both of them, filled up. Hopefully that will lead you on to Sunday, which is a relaxing day, where our little caterpillar eats through a nice green leaf and feels much better. And this is also a time for you to maybe reflect on what's happened and what you've been through. To remember that you've done 10 speeches, all of which have been quite different and different challenges involved. There are 9 different roles that you'll need to have understood in your journey. You will have progressed through these different stages. You'll have made new friends and you'll have had tangible evidence, hopefully, that you've improved. And most importantly, you will have fed that hunger to improve. Oops. Our little caterpillar. Well, he wasn't a little caterpillar anymore. He was become by now, of course, reading all that, a big, fat caterpillar. And he wrapped himself up in a cocoon, which will basically appear eventually, stayed in it for a couple of weeks, popped out, and of course, as you probably know, by then, he was a beautiful butterfly. Well, 2 years ago, that little egg lying on the leaf, waiting for its epiphany, was me, of course, sitting there waiting to hatch from my egg with the warm glow of the sun, of better communication,